2023 Ford Escape ST line, and you are going to love this video if you're considering one of these, if you're cross-shopping one of these, if you're comparing it to its competitors. Well, we're about to learn just everything there is to know about it, and then some. I've got a road test coming up for you, a headlight test coming up for you, but first let's start off by taking a look around in here. Today, 4 years into its production run, there's been a major styling update applied that's perhaps most visible in the front grille and headlamp treatment. With the coast-to-coast light bar, that unique rear bumper garnish down below, tailgate spoiler, and notice that just about every exterior surface here is painted for a more premium look. But especially you'll notice the updates on board. Opening the door to this interior, I wasn't sure whether to look at the quilted leather seats or more than 13-inch wide display screen first. It's a big visual first impression from a cabin that's relaxing and upscale, but also that puts plenty of tech within its driver's reach. When it comes to its onboard tech, the 2023 Ford Escape has some serious swagger. Not only is its optional 13.2-inch display more than twice the size of many competitors, but it's also about the largest I could find in the segment by some 3 inches. In fact, adding up its 13.2-inch display and 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, the 2023 Escape shows its driver more than 2 feet of horizontal screen. Even the Kia Seltos with the dual 10.5-inch displays falls short here. My tester is the 2023 Ford Escape ST line Elite all-wheel drive, clocking in at the better part of 50,000 Canadian dollars. Its key pros are its smooth and quiet engine, its handling and overall highway feel, and most of its interior. I found its key weaknesses to be its ride on very rough roads, and a few too many dated or awkwardly recycled elements throughout certain parts of the cabin. The 2-liter EcoBoost engine in my tester is a well-sorted and composed performer. Thrust builds quickly off the line at full throttle, there are deep reserves of pulling power for passing and merging, and performance is consistent and reliable from just off idle. The particularly accessible Low Rev Torque helps make for smoother and more responsive driving in around town settings too. Even worked hard, this engine is refined and relatively quiet, though perhaps most impressive at very low revs, where the highly responsive turbocharger minimizes lag and improves throttle response significantly. The Escape's handling feel was another pleasant surprise. Highway on and off ramps, winding back roads, and around town roundabouts are handled with pleasingly low amounts of steering input and body roll, creating a drive that's a little more responsive and livelier than the norm in this segment. After extensive testing on the winding highways of Northern Ontario, I'd happily recommend this amongst other favorites like the Mazda CX-5, Honda CR-V, Volkswagen Tiguan, and Nissan Rogue. These are all machines that I've favorited because of a carefully tuned drive that makes it easier for the driver to be smooth and relaxed and consistent and confident at the controls. In turn, this makes it easier to navigate winding roadways more precisely, with little need to readjust your position since the vehicle is easier to place confidently in corners, even at speed. Rounding out the pros, most of the interior is lovely, quilted leather, quiet but effective use of red stitching, a modern and sporty steering wheel rim, and a reduced color palette with pumped-up textures give it an organized and formal look with loads of high-tech on display and that giant center screen. Hopefully it distracts you from the first of the Escape's cons, the awkward recycling of some dated components elsewhere in the cabin. Another con is the ride on very rough roads. This is a major part of the driving I do, and if it's a major part of yours, choose your wheel and tire sizes carefully, and be sure to test drive on the roughest route possible to confirm adequate ride comfort. On my rough road testing route, I found performance to be about average for this segment, typical elevation of harshness and noise levels, steering that stays fairly nicely isolated, and cabin noise levels punching up moderately. Still, you do have above average options for the dollar here where ride comfort is concerned, and I'd point you towards Mazda CX-50, Honda CR-V, Nissan Rogue, or especially Buick Envision Avenir as my top picks for ride comfort on very rough surfaces. The backup camera system makes great use of the large screen, complete with an around view monitor and multiple parking camera angles. The big screen and clear graphics take the stress right out of maneuvering in tight quarters, ditto an appreciably compact turning circle and low-effort steering at low speed. There's a good sense of easy, confident maneuvering in tight quarters. If you buy a Ford Escape ST line, you'll wonder how you ever did without a big screen backup camera, actually one of the best things about this machine, I think. Out on the road, I noted good control over body motions and harshness on uneven roads, and a smooth and relaxed highway glide. The ride is comfortable with a helping of sporty feedback dialed in from the suspension when encountering undulations in the road. So if you're after something that's, say, relaxing but also responsive, this should do the trick. But again, just watch the ride on the roughest roads you'll visit. On smooth highways, drivers can expect noticeable but not intrusive levels of wind noise to arrive by about 95 kilometers an hour, with wind noise nicely managed until a little beyond 110. In most driving, there's no difficulty relaxing in a quiet cabin, or talking with nearby passengers without raising your voice. After about 600 kilometers driving in the dark, I found mostly good news with my tester's lighting system. And that's a more comfortable, focused, and alert nighttime drive once the sun goes down. Actual lighting system performance was about average for this segment, with good reach, saturation, and peripheral illumination into tree lines and culverts. Though I have noted some competitors offer a touch more overall lighting output, especially the Honda CR-V. If you liked this video, we've got plenty more like it, so consider hitting the subscribe button down below so you never miss a new upload, leaving a like if you learned something new, and until next time, take care and drive safe.